The fire instantly illuminated the surrounding darkness. But after a figure emerged from the fire with a 360-degree turn and landed smoothly, although Mandel's attack was dodged. Her mouth curved up even more. It's been a long time since I've met such a high-level opponent. But in this night duel, he can't be the only one with a sword. Without thinking, Mandala gave Jibai a weapon. But Jibai didn't catch the thrown sword. Since the move would be recognized, he would catch it with his bare hands. But this move made Mandala feel arrogant. Manda showed his true skills at this point. The flame on the sword suddenly burned fiercely. It turned out that Manda's holy martial arts was attached to the blade. It rushed up, compressed the rock, and turned into a fire dragon, and rushed towards Jibai with the hilt. But at the crucial moment, Jibai reaches out to catch the leaf in front of him. A loud collision sound rang out. The scene was silent. Manda looked at the depression on the ground and silently disappointed. Could it be over? The arrogant successor is just good-looking but useless. But how could our male lead just die like this? Kibai slowly came behind Manda to guide. The moves are good, but too slow. Manda made 3 moves in a row, but was dodged by the doll man. At this point, Mandala began to panic. She must not lose this duel. Otherwise, he will be like that person. The next second, the doll man had already grabbed Manda's sword hand. Hey, you can't be distracted during a duel or you'll die. At this time, Manda recalled every bit of the Sky Knight's guidance. The doll man was the former Knight of Daybreak. Seeing that his identity was about to be exposed before the other party reacted, Kibai-hu waved his hand pretending not to take advantage. He immediately fled. The Knight of Pine Fir wouldn't let it go, but was held down by the mentor with a punch. With such an arrogant tone, the body technique couldn't be his teacher. On the other side, Jibai, who was running away. Retaliation. He had to discard the doll suit. It seems that today's income, he could only have 0 income like the host. Jibai suddenly noticed that the blood on the ground was spreading to the corner. In the corner, a trembling cat's eye was staring at Jibai. Here, our male protagonist Jibai. He found a trembling little pink-haired girl. The Yamacat is naturally weak, and the cubs are even more difficult to survive, but hiding demons is a big crime. While hesitating, the little beast was already trembling and begging. The little beast girl is just hungry to find something to eat. What's wrong with that? As Jibai took a step closer, the little beast girl started to beg for mercy. But Jibai just took out a plush pendant. This human has no malice. It seems that the brown-haired knight is looking for this little cutie. Look carefully at the wound of the beast girl. It doesn't seem serious. Just as Jibai wanted to bandage the beast girl, there was an untimely sound behind him. Thank goodness. The white one is not the little brown-haired, but the glasses don't look like a good person now. The black and red uniform seems to have been seen somewhere. But as soon as he spoke, he was ready to accuse Jibai of betraying humans. Don't eat randomly. Nor should you speak nonsense. Is not something everyone can bear. But Glasses has now started to use shameless tricks. Since Jibai doesn't plan to hand over the demon seed, the knight regiment stationed in the city will judge whether it's Jibai or the demon seed. There will be the fairest trial. Let us understand, Wang Jibai has no intention of beating around the bush. After all, who would want to snitch? Would deliberately appear in front of others to show off. The deliberate appearance. Isn't it just to negotiate terms? When Xiao Chuniyang heard that it might involve her family, she let go. She even asked to be taken away. Even if she would be tortured to death, she would do it without hesitation. Ask yourself, who can bear to see such a sensible and lovely girl fall into the hands of thieves? Bai Yi took a step forward. He did what everyone wanted to do. Sorry. I'm determined to win this coin today. He couldn't ask for it politely. He directly grabs it, but was defeated. He fell down with a dog-eating dirt move. When he turned around, his phone was in the hands of a skinny girl. Seeing that the threat was useless, Glasses called for the beauty teammate's rescue. After hearing a burst of footsteps, Glasses was buried halfway. The beauty teammate was both attacking and complaining. You always do this. Isn't it embarrassing? Until the Glasses became the background beauty, she finally revealed her identity and purpose. It turned out that everything that just happened was a test. The purpose is to see. Jibai knew that humans and demons were enemies. Would he still help the innocent and weak demon species? To help. And they are the knights that Jibai saw? The regular knight order that was recruiting? But does it matter to Jibai whether it is regular or not? Having long lost his knighthood, he has given up struggling and just wanted to work peacefully. But in order to stabilize Jibai, not only proposed the issue of the little beast girl, but also offered unit subsidies, fixed allowance, which was more than enough for both of them, and 5 insurances and 1 fund. Jibai definitely joined directly. As long as he doesn't do anything wrong, then everything is fine. In this way, Jibai joined the new knight order for monthly. He joined the new knights. Kerr, who was waving happily, finally had a place. The next second, Jibai began to stumble, and his breathing became rapid. Passers-by instantly became blood bags. To prevent the secret from being exposed, Jibai turned on the cool running mode. After a series of actions, he flashed into the room. Jibai relied on his last sanity to tear the blood bag apart. In an instant, the pale yellow hair gradually turned white, drooping to the ground. Even her flat chest began to bulge. When she looked back, the burly uncle in front of him had turned into a skinny loli. Jibai returned. Of course, he arranged a bath and wash up immediately. Jibai was in a sorry state. It turned out that Jibai would meet Jibai every 5 days. This time, it's 10 days earlier. It was caused by fighting. But think about getting 5 insurances and 1 fund after fighting. And economic subsidies. It's not a bad deal. The time came to 7 o'clock the next day. Jibai arrived at the station early in the morning. A girl in shabby clothes. A little girl holding candy from the manufacturer. The girl's eyes were filled with tears, asking Jibai to buy some candies. No need to ask. Her father died early, and her mother is sick and needs money. This is a routine that can be easily guessed. Jibai sighed lightly and bought all. No wonder she can be the protagonist. It's because our minds are too clear. Behind the bus stop, a girl with pink long hair suddenly appeared. This kid is really as described by the glasses. Pure and gullible. A few glass balls, a pitiful appearance, and a tragic gentleman. And you can get an ancient wallet? Jibai's pretentious behavior was exposed. Before he could defend himself, the other party directly revealed his identity. It turned out that the girl was Milan, the receptionist of the Knights. Jingyan and Lintuo entrusted her to pick up Jibai. There was a sound of counting from the corner. It was the weak girl who was counting her achievements. With a generous wave, and got a dry-fried chicken. Have you ever seen? In the secret base of the toilet. Regardless of whether it's legal or not, the Knights group has a bit of fragrance. Now Jibai was forcibly pushed into the toilet by Milan. After stepping in, the floor cracked, and the surroundings turned white. The mirror shattered again. In a flash, Jibai has appeared at the Yuki Knights at the door of the order. It turns out that the interior space of the Knights is a secret. So this way is used to hide it. Lintu finally introduced Jibai online. He directly introduced him to the registration office. Although Jibai came through the back door, but the basic process still needs to be followed. So in the next practical assessment, Jibai still needs to go through the process. The rules are simple. Just beat this big guy before the hourglass runs out. It sounds easy, but in front of other newcomers, it's a bit deadly. Since the mentor is too difficult to deal with, then don't blame the newbies for uniting together. But unfortunately, Mr. Morton has never failed in teaching new students. He quickly defeated the newbies who were attacking him. A new student thought he had a chance to sneak attack. He directly slashed. But it didn't hurt at all. But it was like a baby's punch to Morton.